Hello and welcome to another edition of the PapaPC Play Along series. We've had a little bit of a change of things since last time we played. If you remember, we had gone adventuring and done a little bit of exploration, but that was right when 1.1.15 came out, and since we decided it was so early in the game that we might as well take advantage of the new additions and try maybe see about going to get some of the bees and everything else that came along with it. So I took off and started recording and had a wonderful adventure running through the woods for a very long time. And with that running through the woods, eventually I came upon this wonderful little village that you see right in front of you. And that's about the time I decided, I'd take a look around, and I discovered the village, locked some villagers in their rooms, did a little cave exploring, and actually even found there's a skeleton spawner in a cave not far from here. I decided that was a good spot to stop for the evening, and ran with it from there. And that's when I decided to go and start doing what all the YouTube stuff you have to do with editing your videos and putting in your little intro screens and all that stuff, when I had the startling realization that my microphone wasn't recording at all, and all we had was a 40-minute episode of game sounds and me running through the woods and talking to, well, nobody, because there was nothing there to hear. So with that, I decided, I'm like, well, I can either try to recreate everything I just did and pretend like I did it all for the first time, but everybody knows that's not going to be true. So what I decided instead is I'm just going to pick up from where I left off. I did die and have to respawn and run all the way back here, but I decided I would just pick up from about where I left off with the episode that never will actually make it to the air since there was no audio. But there wasn't a whole lot that we couldn't cover in just a few minutes. So really, basically, I ran through the woods, I found a village, and I decided to try to start setting up a base. And that's about where I am today. So I'll tour you around a little bit on the village. It is not a huge village, but it does have a few. We've got some farmers. We got a number of buildings around here. We've got a swamp not far from here. Looks like we've got some snowy biome not too far from here on that side. So that ought to be great as well. And then we're also going to be going and taking a look around, well, the village over here. You will see lots of great trees. There's a few crops already started. Lots of hay bales. We're going to try to expand maybe upon the village a little bit more, maybe lock a few of these more in. And then over here, this nice, wonderful hill, I decided to come over here and take a look and see what was there. The pathway led up this way. I thought maybe there was actually another building tucked away up in here. There wasn't, but I decided maybe there should be. So I ran over here, and this is what I did. As I set up my nice little crafting table and decided to go adventuring into here. When I did that, I'm actually going to throw my bed down and set a spawn point. Since I hadn't done that since I relogged, I saw this nice little cave and said, hey, let's go take a look around. Oh, dead end that way. So let's go the other way. I saw some iron and actually hadn't even gotten a chance to grab it yet when I saw, lots of spiders over here. I didn't see those the first time, but I did see cobblestone in the distance over here. And when there's cobblestone in the distance, that in the caves, that can only mean really one thing. There's got to be a spawner. So I came over, and sure enough, there is. It's a skeleton spawner. I'm not going to, go in there right now because, well, frankly, I don't think I would do too well. But I did see that, and I said, you know what? That makes this area an even better place to go look at. Why am I trying to do this with pickaxe? That is not a stone. So you'll see in my inventory, I've got, well, all the stuff from me getting them out here the first time, and then all the stuff from me coming out here a second time because, well, I was, silly and didn't actually have my spawn point set. I had a bed, and I had smashed my bed, and, thinking nothing about it, and afterwards realized that that probably wasn't the smartest thing to do. So, but what I am going to do is kind of get out of this cave and get back up to the surface and go and see about trying to set up. I was going to set up my house right here, actually. That's why I started digging into this cave, into the hole inside of the hill a little bit. And instead, I found a spawner. So I decided that's probably not the best place to be. So what I am going to do now, though, is I'm going to take a bunch of my stuff, and I'll come back for the rest of it later. I'm going to head back to the village. I'm going to go maybe the outside the village the other direction, and see if we can go find another good spot to set up a little house. I don't want to do it too close to the spawner, just because I want to be able to do more with that later on. I want to be able to do a little bit of building a little XP farm, and maybe setting up a few other things. In the village itself, I don't want to really. I want to leave it a village. I will try to lock a few of these in, like I said, but eventually my thought would be is that we'll get a few of other you guys maybe online here and on the server, and oh, we've got bees already too. That is awesome. I wanted to go check these guys out, but we will, maybe get some other people, and we'll start building up the village a little bit. Maybe create it into a full SMP server. I know better than to hit this. Wow! What the heck? You're not going to tell me there's a pillager already. I'm getting out of here. That is not what I wanted to see. I am in no way, shape, or form prepared to take out. Let's try this again. I'm going to try to go get my stuff. I was in no way prepared to take on a villager, especially this early in the game. But you don't always get a lot of choice. Hence the reason I wanted to lock up the village a little bit tighter too. But I really don't want is to have a captain with him, because if I trigger a raid, it's pretty much just going to be the end of this village. I'm hoping that maybe I can get my stuff. Should have probably made a new sword, but I really did have a lot of good stuff there. You will see, we do have the gravestone mod, which is wonderful. No, he's back already. Hopefully he's almost dead. Thank you. Like, he can't have too much left in him from before. But well, there's one that tends to be oftentimes many more, so I'm just trying to take a little quick peek around, make sure there isn't. I'm going to go try to sleep through the night real quick. Oh, not there yet. Back in my inventory, fix a few things. I'm going to try to make myself maybe a new sword real quick too, just so I can defend myself if I have to. Just make a little cobblestone one. Do I have sticks? Hey, we did get some emeralds out of this too when I raided the village. Oh, come on. Night's got to be almost here. But basically my plan for today is just to get a real simple base of operations set up. Maybe do a little bit more exploring around the village. Make sure that things are safe. Maybe lock a few more villagers into their houses to protect them. And then maybe we'll even see about going and harvesting a little bit of XP if we need to. But really, today is all about resources and figuring out where's a good place to try to set up a little bit of a base. I don't want to go too close to the village because I don't want to have it affect things there. But I do want to keep the village somewhat close because, well, I like villages. There's going to be a lot of time I'm going to be running and spending in that village, gathering resources, particularly getting lots of emeralds. This is just a little, just a cave system. So we might want to make a note of that. Might be able to come back there later as well. I tend to like to get a little bit of high ground, just because it does offer a little bit of protection. So this little bit of a hill here might be a good place to start. I can see the village, it's within reach. I got a few trees around here that I'm going to have to do a little bit of terraforming, but we'll clear that all out and we'll go from there. If there are particular things you guys would like me to do with the series, or particular adventures you want me to go on, or if you happen to see things that maybe I don't notice when I'm running around, because sometimes I can get a little distracted, please feel free, let me know. I will be more than happy to go back and explore them. I will try to do a coordinates check every once in a while, and for those people who are playing along, right now you'll see that we're at -82, -1014. That's where the house, the village here is right around, right around, I think 36 negative 967 is around where the village center is. I made a note of that because, well, I had to come back here after I, found it and then proceeded to die. So at least there. And world spawn right now is set for negative 74, negative 64. But we may come in with our ops account and simply maybe even reset that world spawn point someplace closer to the village, just because I think it would be nice, as people are joining in, to be able to give them that ability and that adventures to kind of come right in and get started and not have to do the big trek across. You can always go back out from there and explore, but I figured, it might be nice to get a little bit of a jump start on things. Similar to some of the mod packs that we're installing here, they really just kind of give you a little bit of adventure, right away, but you'll be able to get in and play without having to spend all the time doing the basics. Same reason I put in a few of these mods here, like the trees, the ore, all that kind of stuff, the rapid despawns, which is so nice. Although every once in a while you get one like this, which I don't get why it stays, but whatever. So I am going to just clear a little bit of this top off and make sure that it's a little bit even. Where's my table? I think I need first things first, I better get myself a chest set up, just so I can throw a few of those things in here. Might as well make him a double chest as well. Just again, so that I can do a little bit of work and not have to constantly run back and forth. Get rid of a bunch of the things I don't need right now. Oh, I did have a shovel. Great. That'll save me a little bit of time. Really, a lot of this is mostly just throwing it in there, just in case I happen to, die again. I don't want to have to lose, worry about chasing down my stuff. Throw my emeralds in there. Oh, my stone pickaxe I'm going to leave because I might need that. Keep a little bit of food just in case. And that should be good enough. And now let's go ahead and get to town and maybe clear a little bit of this. I'll make a stone one after. I just hate using up tools and not just throwing them away when I'm not going to use them all the way up. It'll get used up quick enough. I don't want to completely terraform and take everything out. I like to try to keep a little bit of natural, but for right here, I need an area at least big enough to make a pretty simple house, and figure out what materials we want to use to make it. Let's see. I think if we do, I might do a little bit of birch come back in here for some accent. But for right now, I think I'm going to do some of the framing with spruce. I'm going to do a bunch of the planks or the thing itself with oak. I might do maybe some of the roof with spruce and oak blind as well. I don't use a lot of birch, but I may use some for just a little bit of accent. But really, let's just go ahead and take a look around, clear out a few of these. And let's see what we can do. I don't want to make it impossible to use this area, to expand, but I don't want to make it too bad either. Let's see. Let's go with the spruce. Let's sit down some corner posts. Let's go about 3 high. We'll try offset them. I'm thinking about what I want to do from a doors and windows perspective. Let's do another post here. We'll maybe keep another one there. I might do this as my front entryway. Kind of looking out that way. I don't want to stare right at the village. And that side has a nice little water view, a few other things over there. With that, I think I'm going to make this one, I think I'm going to go 5 blank, and then I'm just going to do my single door in the window. That way I can maybe put some windows on either side of it. Eventually I might put a little porch out in the front here as well. Just going to get that in there just so I can get the grass growing back in here. Eh. Let's see here. This side, I don't want to do quite so straight. I think I might come over and then maybe put an L out. That might work. I think this side I'm actually going to do a little bit of a bigger gap. I have a feeling I'm not going to do a whole lot on that side there. I think I'm going to come... Yeah, let's go here. Then I might come up to here. And then we will do a little jog in. I think that's going to be the basic structures for our house for now. I'm going to have to go get myself some stone, though, because I didn't think about that. Do I have any big piles in here? A lot of iron ore. I need to get the furnace going on that. I do not have any stone, really, at all. Just some mossy. So I am going to go and do a little bit of mining. I would normally put a little bit of maybe a time lapse on some of this, so you can kind of, get an idea of how that works, and I would be using the replay mod for that. The replay mod is not quite ready for 1.15, so I don't have that. And the same thing with the Optifine, hence the reason that the graphics are all vanilla right now. I will put on Optifine, and I will put on the replay mod once we have that ability, once those things are up to date. But for right now, they are not there, so I am going to have to wait with those, and that means I am either going to have to do just a little bit of quick edit and jot it out, or you guys are going to have to go and sit and watch me go grab some stone. I think I'm going to run. There's a couple of little caves over here. I might go do a little bit of quick exploring and see what's down there. This one does have coal. I am going to always take advantage of that. Snag myself some coal. Especially in the early game here, you're never going to have enough. While I'm down here, I might as well grab myself some stone, get moving on that. I'll probably just come back and fill this in with a bunch of dirt or junk stone later. But for now, I just want to get myself going with some materials so that I can kind of keep going and get the place moving. Yeah, that could be a dangerous place. For now, I'm just going to somewhat block it off. I didn't do a very good job of planning myself a way out, but I'll just pillar up for now. And I, like an idiot, left my bed over there. I don't see a lot of sheep around. Everything else, but no sheep. So for now, I am going to just go over and steal the village's bed for one more night. And then in the morning, go and pick up all the stuff that I have over there. The other chest. This is going to bug me. And be able to go from there. This one's cartographer. I may come and steal more of that hay in a little bit, though, because, well, A, it looks great for building blocks, and then B, it will be handy for some emergency food. Oh, block that one off. There's a villager in there. Did I block this one off too? No bed in this one, so no, I did not. And I think this might have been the one I stole last night. Sorry, Mr. Villager, I'm stealing your bed. Oh boy, let's go get our stuff, and we'll go back and get to work on that house. This week's episode might not be a real long one on camera, simply because it was kind of more of a reset point, and I want to give everybody a chance to get back into it and where we were. But I will say that off camera, I will do nothing that is too exciting. I would say it's mostly just the maintenance. Get the house stubbed out, get all those pieces built, and then we will go adventuring more from there. I'm just going to leave this crafting table over here. I don't really need another one over there. But I will try, like I said, probably just set up a little bit of the basics of the house and set myself up with a little bit of storage area, the usual pieces, and maybe I'll lock down a little bit more of the village. But beyond that, I'm probably going to just wait and do the rest of it on camera, just because I think it'll be a little more fun to see how we go. One of the first things we might do is go and try to secure that spawner spot a little bit for the skeletons. I would love to be able to set up something there, and we might also see what we can do from a bee's perspective, get ourselves some glass bottles going, or maybe get ourselves some shears and go over there and get some honeycomb. Gotta build ourselves a little campfire. I think we got most of the materials we need for that. I'm probably going to grab some of these chickens at some point here too and get a little bit of a chicken farm going, just because, well, I could use them. And I'm going to get myself a furnace and get all that iron cooking, all the usuals. I think that's going to be my plan for the next little bit of an adventure. So I would say is for now, I would like to thank everybody for coming, like everybody for joining in, and we will have some fun, and we will see you guys all next time. And again, this was episode, well, 3.5 of the PapaPC play along, and everybody have a great day.